All right, I'm here with Cam Socks Scoggs, the
Hello.
gorilla.
I'm the gorilla.
He's the gorilla. And, I just wanted to ask him a bit of questions. So, my first question would be, who do you look up to the most and why?
Let's see. Well, let's. Right now, I think it would be Benit. I look up to Benit the most because he's the my competition and the most productive person I know.
Why do you look up to me?
Because, well, I look up to you because I look around the room and I see a bunch of productive tasks that he obviously spent time doing, and like working on himself. I can tell he's a very respectable man that works on himself, and that inspires me to work on myself. So I look up to him because it makes me better.
I'm curious because you said you look up to me, though. So, there must be something that you think I'm lacking that you don't want to mimic. Is there something you think that I'm bad at
Huh.
or, because you have first-hand experience, right? I mean, like, if I ask someone who's close to me,
Yeah.
they'll be like they know me too well.
Yeah.
But if I ask you, you have like a little bit
Yeah.
of a shorter impression. So what do you think I could do better, or something you don't want to follow that I do?
What do I don't want to follow?
Be honest, bro.
I feel like your social skills are not the best. Like just being completely honest. Um, you could do better. Just waving to someone on the street. Say good morning, goodbye. Those type of things are very like the small things that add up to get you a better network. Become a better like how to win friends and influence people. I feel like you do better on that, and you have shown that you've done better on that. A little bit as we went on. For
A little
example,
bit.
biohacking club when we were talking to him on and those people, you were like, oh, you're like just no. And I was like, bro, come on, bro. I'm like, and then you're like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah. So yeah, you are improving,
I'm very
and
assertive.
so that is one reason I look up to you because you are introspective and, make yourself better if you realize something is wrong.
So I mean, when you say like I'm not good socially, what do you mean? Like, what would you consider yourself good at?
I would say I'm
Socially.
a good social guy, such as just talking to just being like a greetings and goodbyes. Those things are most people don't do that. Just respectful manners. Like okay, I'm gonna be honest. You don't have the best manners when it comes to authority.
I'm
That's
very
something you
yeah.
could work on. With authority, you could work on. Or okay, I'll tell you what I could do. So when I just walk into class, I'll just say good morning. When I leave, I'll say have a good day. I'll just like wave to a dude on the street, and those are some things that you could work on. Just like the small little things that you would do to elderly folk. Respect authority is something you could do better. Miss Barcelona.
Oh, but yeah, I don't respect authority at all. But I think it's very easy to dismantle authority.
Yeah.
Especially in our school, like you can kind of see in our school most teachers are female, almost all teachers
Yeah.
are female, maybe like 2-3 guys, right?
Yeah.
But what this means is that you can pretty much, I don't want to say control. I want to say you can
Oh, feminine women.
you can kind of like get them on your side,
Yeah.
because I see like all the guys in school, especially even girls sometimes, they're very they submit to the teacher because they feel
Yeah.
like they have to, because they kind of do, because if this person like determines your future pretty much.
Yeah.
And the teachers get that sense as well. Like, okay, this person, they kind of have to get like good recommendations from me. They have to get
Yeah.
good grades from me. So that means, I gotta like
Yeah.
treat them like
I
lower
guess
than
so.
me. But if you go up to them with this, oh God, if you go up to them with this sense of like, okay, like I'm like better than these
Yeah.
people in a sense. It's not really like that, but just
Yeah.
dominating. You'll actually get more out of that. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I do. So I'm tying into what you said about my social skills.
Yeah.
I'm just extremely assertive. Like if assertiveness was like
Yeah.
like a spectrum, 100 was like Andrew Tate, 0 was like
Femboy gave away from his leadership.
fanboy. Yeah. Then I'm like 98. Like, I'm like crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. And I think that's the reason that you don't submit to authority a lot is because you know how to hack the system and you know why the system works, which is why you don't respect it because you can do it, right? You could do it if you wanted. So it's kind of like with great power comes great responsibility,
Yeah.
Like you just have to respect, and it's just a respect thing. Because you can fix it. I mean, you can do it, right? You can do it. But that doesn't mean you have to do it. Like, you know how it works, but that doesn't mean you have to go against it. Just because you know it, you don't have to do it. If you know what I mean.
Kind of.
So for example, if you know that you can just be like 73 in class to Miss Baggeson, and you know that she's gonna be like, oh yes, and the other people are gonna be like that, if you become dominant, they're gonna submit to you. then you can do that. So why not do it, right? But and then it just comes down to like a respect thing, because you
You're
don't have
older.
to do it just because you can. So you could just, it's just a respect thing to just raise your hand and be like 73. You don't have to do it. It's funny sometimes, be like 73, but
It works, bro.
yeah, it
Like,
works. And so I think the reason you don't submit to authorities, because you know that you can kind of
take control.
You kind of take control.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to take that into account. Like, know that you realize that you can do it, but you don't have to do it.
So I mean, think of it in terms of relationships, right? Like you know
Yeah.
more about the masculine, feminine
Yeah.
stuff. So how do you think that works in a relationship? Because people say, I mean, people don't say this, but we say, we've read that. Say,
Yeah.
Guy has to be like dominant, girl has to be
Yeah.
submissive. But there's like a point where it's like, okay, is that really a good thing?
Yeah. I think you could go into that with if the man is completely dominant, the woman is completely submissive, then the woman is never gonna actually help out the man, and then it becomes kind of a liability for the man to have this woman, like, why is she there if she just listen, like, okay, she's submissive, maybe she'll make me food, for example. Sexual norms.
Slave. Ooh.
But then again, if you're so dominant, then you're never gonna get questions asked.
You'll never improve.
You'll never, like.
That's like narcissism.
Yeah, it's kind of
narcissism.
you kind of become narcissistic because you have authority.
Too much.
You have too much authority. So I think that maybe like 95% masculine, 5% masculine dynamic would be okay. Because if it's only
95 masculine, 5 feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then man 95, women 5.
Yeah, I got you.
Because sometimes you're gonna need that. For like if you're going through some crazy emotions, you just need some stuff, and then this woman is like can't do anything for herself. That's not gonna be helping you.
But should you really go to like, so if you're with the girl, for example,
Yeah.
should you really go to her for that, or should I go to like, so for example, say I'm in a
Yeah.
relationship, should I go to her like start crying like my life sucks, or should I go to you because you have more
Yeah.
experience with that,
And so
or you're a guy so you know me better?
Yeah.
Because if I go to
Yeah,
her with
obviously
that,
you should go to your masculine friends if they are like actually brothers, because then like if you go to your woman, you're like crying like, oh, I just don't know what to do, then she's gonna have to go, I don't know, but
she's gonna have to take that role.
yeah, like ideally you would go to your friends, your brothers, but sometimes you're gonna need a little bit of like conscious from your women, because sometimes you just don't know and you're gonna have to accept that, like, you can't always be in control, you can't always have 100% authority. So
I think that's why I'm gonna go back to Andrew Tate.
yeah,
That's why he's so hated, because he's like 100% masculine,
Yeah.
bro. And the girls he's with 100% feminine. Of course they're gonna be like, literally people see him as misogynistic,
Yeah.
because he literally has all that control. If you act like that, the girl's gonna act the complete opposite way. So I guess right now modern relationships it's like
50-50.
no, I think it's different. I think it's like reversing with girls.
Dude.
Girls are going like 60 masculine.
Yeah. Nah, oh, bro.
I've seen that so much.
Okay, can I go on a side tangent
Yes,
real quick?
please.
This dude, I'm not gonna say any names. We're gonna call him Arnold. This dude Arnold, he has a girl, right? And I didn't know he had a girl, but then yeah, blah blah blah. I found out, and then this dude, like, couple days, I'm like, yo, what's up, Aaron? He's like, yo, what's up? He's like, what's up, Cam? And then like maybe a couple, I don't know, it was like first day to school. Now I don't know when he got his girl, but this dude would be like, I'd be like, what's up, Aaron? He'd be like, what's up, Cam? Oh shoot, I said names.
Oh.
I mean Arnold.
And that's your name.
No, that's my name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
You're
talking
good.
about Arnold still.
Yeah, Arnold. It's Arnold.
Yeah, this dude Arnold would be like, what's up, Cam? He'd be like, what's up, Cam?
So did you notice
Like,
anything about the girl he's with?
And then the girls, I don't know, but I think that it's because the girl has to be more masculine, and then it's kind of like, it was probably started here, and then it kind of like, because this dude, like, he's not working out a lot, he's not getting the best grades, his girl probably having to compensate, so
I mean, do you think that was cause he just dropped in masculinity, or do you think it's because the girl is told by society to become more masculine?
a mixture of both. Girls being told to become more masculine, and males told to become more feminine.
I don't think guys are being told. I think it's just once you get a girl like that, like say for example you see her like she's perfect, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I've reached That's what most guys think. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what do I want at the end of my life? I want a hot girl. Everybody says that. So once they reach that, they start like
Yeah.
start dropping. So I mean, I don't know. How do you think someone can like stop that from happening? So say I get with like a really really like good girl, like
Yeah.
she's like perfect.
Yeah.
How can I stop myself from not like
Yeah.
easing out, relaxing because I've already
Um,
reached there.
Realizing that you didn't get the girl for being easy and relaxed, and that she's gonna fall out of love with you if you don't become the man that she fell in love with.
So that's true actually.
Yeah.
So if I go to her at like my 95%, if I drop to my 90%, then she's just
Yeah.
gonna be she's not gonna love me as much.
She's not, because she's gonna love you 90%.
So I actually have to go harder.
She fell in love for the guy that worked 8 hours a day, that was an athlete, that was dedicated to his work. She didn't fall in love with a guy that was only kind of dedicated to his work, and maybe I'll get ice cream a couple times.
Oh, big belly.
I don't have to. No, I'll work 4 days a week. I don't need to work 5. She didn't fall in love with that guy. She fell in love with that dude. So if you become this dude, she's gonna fall out of love with you, and eventually, inevitable breakup.
I think that's what happens with every relationship now.
Yeah.
Almost every single one. That plus the feminine dynamic,
Yeah.
masculine, feminine. So I think what do you think is like a good way to
Stop it.
not really stop it, like find a way to
Find an anecdote.
I don't know how to put it. Kind of not let it happen, but at the same time, like live a good life. Because when you get older, right, you're like, okay, you're trying to like live a little bit more. It's like how do you balance out that kind of okay, I'm going for my drive. I'm like disciplined, right?
Yeah.
But then also like I got friends, like I spend time with them. How'd you balance that out?
Um.
I already know this, but I kind of want to hear it from you. Like, what did you do?
So do you mean like?
Yeah, no, I can't figure out. I genuinely can't figure out like how do you.
You just keep up with it. Like, think about it right now. Imagine you had a girlfriend. You're still going up like this. Like, you're not gonna just stop. I mean,
I won't literally.
it's
I
not.
won't
You're
stop.
still maintaining, but you're still getting better. Like, maintenance is getting better. So you just have to continue doing what you're doing, and you will get better, and she will see that. So.
But I do think at this age, especially, not even just at this age, it's this kind of like part where you're trying to like make good money, you're trying to get successful. It's like, do you really want someone with you? Because of course, they're going to take time out of your day. They're like girls like, I feel lonely. Come to my house, like,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I don't have time for that.
And I've thought about that before too. I think that it's really just a sacrifice thing, and it's kind of you can't really spend time with females at this age if you're really trying to become successful. You can't spend time, and that's like a big dilemma in most people. They don't realize that, and then they spend. It's kind of the male advantage.
Yes.
Of course.
You read it?
Yeah, and so for the people on Theory Rants, basically, you spend the order you're supposed to go is first, you get success, and then you get girls, and then you settle down. Or replace girls with getting married. First you get married, then you settle down, then you realize you want success, so you try to get a job. A good job. But you already have kids and stuff, so you can't be successful enough. Oh my gosh. You just don't have time. And so then that's the major problem with what people do. They do it out of order. What you should be doing, you should get successful first. Then you can get married. Then you settle down. And you can maintain that success way more easily as you're already married, because you already have the success. It's much easier getting success when you don't have distractions in your life, like 3 kids and a wife and bills to pay. So you just need to do it while you're at it, and you can't spend your time sacrificing time like running around with women, and this is the time to work. This is the time to be in the dark while everyone else is in the light, just doing whatever they're doing. This is the time to be that dude in the hood working on the side, like with the montage in the background. Like this is the training arc. This is the training arc, bro.
So you see that little graph up there?
Yeah.
That's the success arc.
Success arc?
So they can't see the graph. Yeah, that's the success arc.
What is that dip in the middle?
That dip in the... I'll talk to you after. I can't show it because we're on camera. But yeah, I mean, generally, you're talking about, you got to get successful first.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If you try to get successful first, then it's like, now you have no social experience. And these girls who already have like experience with maybe other guys, stuff like that, they're like, okay, this guy's like a beginner in that sense. So they might leave you in that, because when
They
you're
may leave
working
you
on
out.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know, selfish men are successful always, every single time. But now you see, pretty much look at everyone. Like I don't consider every billionaire successful, but
Yeah.
most of the people who are rich, multiple divorces, most of
Yeah.
them. Why is that? That's because, you know, they spend most of their time working on their work.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess there could be a lot of factors to that, but I think one of the main ones, they don't really have experience, because most of them are like socially awkward.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they spend literally all day like computer engineers just coding,
Yeah.
bro. So I mean, they don't really have social experience. It's a very hard thing to balance.
Yeah.
So when you're at that point, it's like you can't really learn either at that
Yeah.
at that age.
So, what that ties down to is what your definition of success is.
I think everyone's is
If-
personal.
If you, it's personal, so if my definition of I want to be successful is have a good social life work balance, then I'm gonna level up my social life along with my work life. So I'm not gonna fall behind in work. So with those billionaires, they have 6 divorces and no friends. That's because they only leveled up their work life, and because that's what they considered success was.
That's why they're outliers.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
true.
why they're outliers in business, but they're also outliers on the other side when it comes to social. They are losers when it comes to social, but they're winners when it comes to business.
Oop, that's it.
So you need to find a good balance. There's a thing in Tools of Titans. You can either become successful, you can either become the top 1% of something, or you can become the top 10% of 2 or 3 things.
That's
and
true.
so
That's essentialism.
yeah,
Essentializing. Choose 2 or 3 things, become the best in them, put all your focus in.
yeah. And so those 2 or 3 things, you can't be. If you want to become the best businessman, you're gonna become the top 1% businessman, but you're not gonna have to those 2 or 3 things. You're gonna have everything else down. But if you have, I want to become the top 10% in business, social, and life, or whatever the mental health, cognitive performance.
Yeah, but you
physical
can't do
performance.
all of that. You can't do all that at once, because you'll
Why not?
never get that good at it. You can only maybe become.
Well, that's if you want to become the top 1%. If you want to become the top 5%, you easily could.
You got to make very big sacrifices there, because I mean, it's all about just time, because your entire day, right? Like I don't know, some of those quotes
Yeah.
are like, I have 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with yours? It's like, bro, like work 24 hours. No, I mean, like, so you take that time, right? Kind of think of essentialism. The whole idea is just, you know, whatever you put your focus in, you'll do good in, of course.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you could. It was this idea, whatever business you do, if you do it for a long enough time, you'll become successful.
Yeah.
Any single business. And, you know, you can see that pretty much everywhere. Even, like, Mr. Beast, he shouldn't have become successful. He just spent 14 years doing it,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, if you focus on social skills, so say, for example, you have one thing,
Yeah.
and that's just, you know, let's take Elon Musk. That's just your company, Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm just going to work on that. You know, he was single for a very long time. So he just kept on going with that. Like, look at his company, best in the world.
Yeah.
Richest guy on earth. But now it's like social skills like down here.
Yeah.
But say he worked on both, right? Maybe his company would have been like maybe like top 50 in the world,
Yeah.
right? But his cars wouldn't have that much of an impact.
Yeah.
But sure, he would still be like maybe happy with like a good wife who actually stayed with him this time.
Yeah.
So
This time, he wouldn't have to have it this time because he would have a good wife the first time.
I mean, like in this life, yeah.
Oh.
But say you focus on a third thing.
Yeah.
So before once it was only like 100% focused on that.
Yeah.
But then you got social life. Okay, 50% focus on both. Third
Yeah.
thing, it's only 33%. So his company would have been, oh yeah, maybe like 100 million a year.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a wife, like cool.
Then that comes down to your goals though, because say my goal is to be happy as well as have a successful business, but it wouldn't matter to me if I had the number 1 business in the world or the number 100 business in the world.
Ah, that's true.
So if my goal is to become the number 1 business in the world, that's all I'm gonna focus on, and I'm not gonna have a social life. But if I'm like, oh, I just need a good business, you know, I'm gonna have a good business and I'm gonna have a happy social life and I'm gonna be a great father. Then those 3 things, it's gonna balance out, and my business isn't gonna be as great, but I'm gonna be happier and I'm gonna have a better life overall. And so that's what my definition of success would be: to have a good, like, I don't need to be the number 1 businessman. I don't need to be the number 1 as long as I'm the top 5% in 2 or 3 things, because that makes me more successful in my mind if I am a more well-rounded, just because if I'm top 5% in 3 things, then that's like I don't know how, say there's a graph with like right here, and then I don't know, you know, if they combine, so it makes you more than 1%, you know, you're like a top 1% man if you're a top 5% in 2 or 3 things.
I get what you're saying.
That's like a top 1% person rather than a top 1% businessman.
I get what you're saying. I guess yeah, that does work.
Yeah.
I liked one of your points about becoming a good father too. That's a big one. People don't focus on that.
And all the businessmen
Not
does Elon Musk have like 17 kids?
Oh,
he's literally
he has
like
a bunch,
purposely reproducing so his DNA.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's
a
smart.
good thing. Yeah.
You get the good genetics out, right?
Yeah.
I think I mean that ties into like, oh, it's gonna be a long one. So think about girls, right? So they choose based on best guy.
Yeah.
So before it used to be like, okay, within your town, within your city, it's like, okay, you have a bunch of guys there, choose between them.
Yeah.
People like try to aim for the best guy. Once the best guy was taken, okay, second best guy, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's become globalized. So because we have Instagram, we have all these social medias. That's why I think it's a horrible thing. So you can kind of look at social media. Okay, this guy's rich. This guy's rich. All of them are rich on Instagram. So okay, like why should I go for this guy in my local city? So all these guys in the local cities are like, oh my God, keep on doing that. All these guys in the local city are gonna be like lonely.
Yeah.
So you probably heard the statistic, man. Like 20% of guys and 80% of girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20% of guys get 80% of girls. So 80% of guys are just like alone.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad, but at the same time, is it really a bad thing? It's like, because they're probably not gonna, those genetics probably suck anyways. The people who are successful got there for a reason because they have the genetics or maybe even just the mindset to do that. They teach that mindset to their kids, the entire world advances. But still, there's 80% of people, I think 80% of men, what would that be? I would say 3 billion people, probably something like that. I don't know. I don't know the population, bro. Something like 7 billion.
Well,
whatever.
Then it comes down to like stress creates growth. You know what I mean? If you go through a bad time, hard times create strong men. You're gonna come out better. And so if these 80% of men are not getting any females, like they are losers, and those top 20% of men are getting the females, those 80% of men are gonna be looking at those top 20% of men and realizing that they are losers, and so they're gonna make themselves better. So then it's kind of making the whole of the people better too. Like these people are better, but then these people are gonna realize, they might just die out, and that's fine. If they still don't realize that they are losers after being the bottom 1% of men, then that's fine. Just go away, bro. But
yeah, bottom 1% men are just like bro. That's like people in like India.
Like top 1%. I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of people in top 1%. That's not that great. Bottom 1%. I'm like, bro, bottom 1%.
How's that even possible?
Bro,
you have to work to get there.
Bro, how is this a competition?
That would take hard work to just become the bottom 1%. What would you even consider? That's like Sid. Sorry, Sid.
Sorry, Sid.
He probably didn't even watch this.
Work on yourself.
Sid didn't even watch this.
At 44 instead. Oh, sorry, Sid.
47.
I want to go back to the Instagram thing though.
Yes.
How Instagram.
Yeah, moving a bit.
How the globalized competition has kind of influenced our society, like girls and stuff. I think that because it's become globalized instead of just a city thing, so if it's a city thing, more men are gonna get more men are gonna get laid. I don't know any other word, because they're the top 1% in their city, so it's easier to get top 1%. So if you're just thinking about top 1% as a term, there are more people in the top 1% when it's
globally.
When it's city, because there's a smaller population, and then there's a lot of populations. Rather than globally, there's one population, only a couple people in the top 1%. So everyone's looking at that top 1%. But then if there's only small populations and a lot of small populations that aren't aware of each other, then each one is going to have top 1%. So then added together, there's a bunch of people in the top 1%. So more people, more men are going to succeed. But then when it's globalized, Instagram thing, more followers equals top of the hierarchy. So people, because now that's the thing, more followers equals top of the hierarchy because they see the women. The women look.
They're leaders. They're alphas.
The
right?
leaders are at the top of the hierarchy. So these people see it and they're like, "Oh, I need to get more followers. Let me go follow this. More followers. Women are gonna like me if I have 6,700 followers." So, it's contributed. The whole dominance hierarchy thing has changed, and because it's more globalized and more social media based, now social media has become more of a thing in just how to get women, and that's been detrimental to everyone's mental health.
You said dominance hierarchy. Why do you think it's dominance? Because I look at it, I see it as competence hierarchy.
What do you mean?
Based on how good you are at something.
Huh.
Because dominance implies, it's okay, these guys are just leaders. But like I can be a leader. Like I'm technically a leader. I am. I like lead people, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make me like I mean,
Well,
I can't say I'm up there because that's just ego.
I only refer it to as dominance hierarchy because I think of it as an evolutionary thing from our ancestors. Because you don't go around seeing gorillas and saying, "Look at that competence hierarchy," you know. You see dominance hierarchy.
But you still see them. The only reason they're up there controlling everyone is because they're physically stronger. Because they're. But that's competence.
That's competence, yeah. I just know I've never thought about that, but I probably still would call it dominance hierarchy just because I think that we're still primitive beings and that if we're still just gorillas with a little bit more time ahead of us, and
I mean, that's
so we're still just a dominance hierarchy. We're still just gorillas where if the biggest and strongest is the leader. And so I don't mean dominance as biggest as like oh
that's
you know but I see dominance as just where you are in the scale of men. So yeah, I guess it could be competence.
It's competence. Cause look, I mean, like even gorillas, bro. Like the only reason someone's like a gorilla would be at the top because they're the smartest. Genetically, they could be the smartest, or they could be the physically strongest. Right, that's competence. They either work together or their genetics gave them that.
Well, gorillas don't work together. They're just genetics.
Yeah,
like, that's natural selection.
Gorillas. That's just natural selection.
Yeah,
but still,
it's different for humans.
If they were born bigger, if they were born with more, for example, testosterone, of course they would be up there.
Yeah.
But for humans, it's still competence because it takes time. It takes hard work to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And that shows your competence. Athletes, that's just point. A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Right? Billionaires, a bunch of hard work.
Yeah.
Right. It's I guess it's all competence, not really dominance, because you can't really like measure dominance. I can't measure how much I'm dominating.
I've just never heard it told like that. I never thought about it as anything different from a dominance hierarchy. So that's a good, interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna level up in the hierarchy, upgrade your competence. Like I guess you can say like the harder you work, the more you'll rise.
Yeah. So by competence you mean like working hard, being a leader, and just overall.
But I mean, at the same time, right? If you're working hard in the dark, like you were talking about, like hoodie on, typing.
Yeah.
At the same time, no one really knows about you.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're not really in a hierarchy because you're not. You're not even in there.
Little thing, bro.
You're like I'm gonna get into this stuff. This stuff is like so cringe. It's alpha, right? Alpha's at the top. Beta's like down here. I don't know, whatever's in between. And then there's a sigma. I don't mean this as a joke.
Ooh, and then there's the Figglebottom male. Oh, Matt Cruz. That's just what he calls it, bro.
What?
He says there's Figglebottom male above sigma.
What in the world is that, bro?
No idea.
He's probably just making that up. I don't mean this as a joke. I'm talking real. So alpha's here, beta's here.
Yeah.
Sigma would be right beside the alpha, but no one knows about him. But he's succeeding a lot. That's what they mean by sigma. And,
he's like the dude in the hood, but he's the alpha.
But he's still above the alpha. He's still above the alpha, but no one knows about him.
People think he's equal to the alpha, but he's actually above the alpha.
Yes.
That what you mean?
Yeah, so think about if I'm at home working very hard, my business is making millions, but you're out there actually posting it on Instagram. You're making only 500,000, right?
Yeah.
I'm still better than you in a sense, but you're just showing it to more people, so they perceive you as higher.
So would an example of that be Hamza and First Man? Because I would think of Hamza as the alpha, and First Man probably around that.
He's a sigma.
But then
higher.
he's actually a sigma because he has all these other businesses, doesn't he? Real estate.
I don't know. But First Man is higher because he's just older. He has more experience.
Yeah. So that's very interesting.
He's a sigma. He's technically above Hamza. That's why Hamza looks up to him. Wow. Even though Hamza has 900,000 subscribers, he only has 200K, something like that.
So that's cool.
He's still ahead of him.
Wow. So become the sigma male? Is that
become the sigma male? As funny as it sounds.
Probably become the alpha male just for more social benefits.
That's up to you.
Because you probably get the same benefits, dominance wise. Social benefits, alpha's probably above there. Because I think if you publicize something, then more people are gonna know. More people are gonna respect you. So then it comes down to like, should I manipulate these people to get more respect, or should I just do it for what I do?
Right. First Man does it for what he does.
Yeah.
Right. That's why he's not popular. That's why his channel's growing so slowly.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello guys. Here's our bunch of
products.
Here's
my First Man male supplements.
We have a bunch of products.
All right, guys. Today we have a bunch of products today at First Man.
Today.
Bro, I think he made like shirts.
Oh, he's gonna see this video. Oh.
Welcome, guys. He's actually I found so what I was gonna say, he's like mad ahead of Hamza too, but he's not succeeding. So yeah, that's the sigma.
Wow.
That's a guy I kind of want to be, because at the same time, if you're the alpha, if everyone knows about you, then the haters also know about you. They're gonna try to bring you down, right? So they're gonna target you, trying to target your head, your psychology. if you're a Sigma, no one knows about you, but you're still leveling up.
Oh.
That's why I think Sigma is, again, depends on what you want to do. If you want to be good socially, yeah, good. Go ahead, Alpha, right?
Yeah.
You want to be good in terms of, like, you actually want to succeed and you want to live, like, a normal life. Not normal, like, minimalist,
and
quiet.
just not like a celebrity.
Not, like, out there, not on
you're
Instagram.
not out there.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, like, think Andrew Tate, bro. Like, this guy, like, he's kind of a mix, right? Like, he's trying to get more clicks, but at the same time, it's like he's on no social media.
Yeah.
But when he was, he was just posting his, like, Bugatti. He was posting his Bugatti. He's like, what color is your Bugatti? So funny.
Wow.
But, yeah, I mean, become the Sigma.
Wow. That's very good.
It's the best advice I can probably give him.
Yeah, I think I will think about that. Whether I should become the Alpha or the Sigma.
That's cringe. So funny, bro.
So cringe, bro.
But I think, bro, I don't even get to that. I don't know. I think
we should end it there, though, because I gotta go.
You wanna end it?
I think it's like 5:25.
It's 5:20.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we're probably gonna watch this, learn something.
Yeah. See ya.
Alright, later.
See ya, future cam.
Whoever's watching, bro.
Gains check.
If they watch this far, that'd be pretty crazy. We must be good podcasters.
Yeah, we would be.
Mary keeps
must
on
be
opening.
good podcasters. Oh, see ya, Sid.
Bye, Sid.